The Usborne Story Books are an amazing addition to helping your reader become a confident reader. The first set of beginning readers is 12 stories for young children who are just starting to read real stories with little help and support. They're going to be well-known fairy tales and folk tales, and obviously are beautifully illustrated. One of my favorite things about these books, there are three main things I wanted to share with you today, is that not only are these books all relatively short and so allow our kids to feel confident and successful as they're reading, but they come with a QR code. This QR code allows them to scan it right here. And mine wear headphones, and it allows them to hear the story as they follow along. This is really important. One, our littlest readers are able to follow along with the text and hear a little bit more fluency and increase their vocabulary along the way, which is awesome. And even for on-level readers for this text, it's so important to hear somebody else read the story for that tone and the intonation, and just even hearing how the characters might speak or something like that. They do have a ding to help you know when to turn the page, which is also a really nice feature of that QR code. Our developing readers are going to come with 10 storybooks. And these are going to be for children who are steadily gaining the practice and the confidence that they need to read independently. They are popular myths and legends, classic stories, and again, with those beautiful illustrations. The second big thing that I want to point out about the entire series is that if we take a look inside here, The Wind in the Willows, we will see that in the back of each one, I'll show you some of these pages. In the back, they have activities. These are so important to make sure that our kiddos are also taking care of the comprehension part of reading as they go, and you don't have to come up with them on your own. Even better. The same beautiful illustration, the nice, concise text to help our kiddos feel successful when they are done reading. At our confident reader set, which also comes with 10 stories. And this one is going to be for the ones that are really building their range now and stamina in order to tackle longer and more challenging books. These are retellings of timeless classics, again, that are beautifully illustrated. The reason that classics and folktales and fairy tales are so important is that if we give our children an opportunity to read those or listen to them in a less complex text at a younger age, then when they see these stories again as they get older, they're already going to be familiar with the text before they're asked to really dive in and tear it apart. I mean, I can just remember high school English. Who's with me? So let's take a look here at the Jungle Book. The Jungle Book is one of our confident readers, and we'll take a look inside. You can see now that the blurbs have gotten a little bit longer. Still those beautiful illustrations. And my third most amazing feature about these is after the activities in the back, they have talking points. This is for you. This is to help you and your kiddos dive a little bit deeper. Who is the main character and what's the setting? I feel like I'm always asking those questions of my kids. Instead, Usborne's provided talking points right here in the stories to allow you to dive a little bit further in, which is really nice. They all, right before the activities, also have either about the story or about the author. So it's either going to tell you about the author or maybe give you a little bit of a background on the story, which is really nice as another way to take a closer look at the text. Starting with the beginner readers, we have Sleeping Beauty, Little Red Riding Hood, Puss in Boots, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, such classics, Rapunzel, Snow White, The Emperor's New Clothes, The Gingerbread Man, The Elves and the Shoemaker, The Boy Who Cried Wolf, and The Emperor and the Nightingale. Again, listening to these readers through a device is such a great opportunity. Listening to reading is so important to increase vocabulary and fluency practice as well. And it's just another way to enjoy a story in a fun way. In our developing readers, we have The Wind in the Willows, Aladdin, Alice in Wonderland, Arthur and the Sword and the Stone, The Little Mermaid, The Phantom of the Opera, Pinocchio, Robin Hood and the Silver Arrow, The Wooden Horse, and The Snow Queen. And last but not least, remembering that all of these stories have the QR codes, the talking points, the activities. The confident readers have The Jungle Book, The Wizard of Oz, A Midsummer's Night Dream, Treasure Island, Oliver Twist, Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Baskervilles, Romeo and Juliet, Frankenstein, Great Expectations, and Dracula. I hope you enjoyed taking a closer look at the Usborne Story Books with me.